Hi and welcome to this time-lapse version of part 2 of Abby the Cockapoo's tutorial. So the real-time tutorial is over on my Patreon channel and it's about 3.5 hours long. So this is condensed into about a minute an hour. So what you've just been watching me doing there is just putting in her left eye, the right as we look at it. And what was really good about this was there was a really good reflection of her family member taking the photograph. So I talk through exactly as what I'm doing and how I'm making that reflection come alive in her eye. So then we're just getting in the base layers around the eye and then starting to work on the left hand side of the portrait. I work from left to right mostly because I'm right-handed and I don't want to be leaning on parts of the portrait that I've already done, and I don't want to be smudging things, smearing things all over the place. So that is the main reason I work from left to right. So I'm just getting in base layers here with Unison soft pastels, and then I'm just rubbing those in with a cotton wool bud, getting in that lovely base tone which will set the colour and the feeling and the tonal values for what is going to be going in on top. So Abby was an apricot cockapoo, so there's that sort of blonde tone, that peachy tone, that copper tone, and then she's got some lovely whites and greys and pinks in there. There's all sorts of wonderful colours that make up that sort of depth and three-dimensionalness of her fur. I really enjoy drawing cockapoos because you can really see all that lovely overlapping flowing fur and hair, and it makes them come alive and pop off the page. They're such a fun dog to draw because you can really get that sort of alive aspect, like they're going to move at any second. So I'm just going in and getting the nose in. I did this mostly all the pastel pencils rather than the soft pastels, just simply because they're easier to control at something at that scale. So it's a much smaller scale, so I had the colours that I needed and I could blend them together nicely to make that nice sort of tonal base layer. And then I'm using the pencils again on top just to get in those lovely layers that make it look realistic. This is the sort of the finer detail aspect of it. So I put in a base layer and then a sort of a middle layer where I'm sort of just setting up the tones and the detail, and then that sort of top layer where I'm really going in and making sure that those details pop and make this come alive. So I'm just getting in the bottom bit there. So what was quite fun about this one was her chest fur in the photograph. It was taken in sort of portrait mode, so it was quite sort of blurry and out of focus. And I thought actually that works really quite well for this, and it takes the focus away from her body and it puts it onto her face. So I kept it sort of out of focus so that when you looked at this portrait, her face really popped out at you. And I needed to get that chest bit in first before I could do the mouth area that you're seeing now, because the mouth area overlapped that bit. So I'm always working from the back of the portrait to the front. Now, if you would like to follow along to this in real time and draw with me, then please do head over to my Patreon channel where I talk you through every step of what I'm doing and provide the reference photo and line art. Hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.